Oh, it happens a lot. Definitely happens a lot. Thank you, Mike. Stephen Buden's here with Financial Focus. You know, we've been focusing on the fiscal cliff a lot, but we still have some issues in Europe, don't we?
Yeah, this is a slow week, so we're digging to try to find something to discuss. You know, the news that came out last week was fairly neutral, some good, some bad. As we approach the holidays, things tend to slow down a little bit, but it always gets a little bit lively in Europe, and we have an issue in Europe coming probably in January where the Italian Prime Minister, you may remember the name Silvio Berlusconi, Casey. He resigned or left office in disgrace with various scandals, yes. They appointed another prime minister. Well, apparently he's now out, and Berlusconi is potentially running again. And this may happen in January. He claims he's going to fix the whole European economy. I'd be willing to bet him lunch if he could become successful doing that.
It wasn't just for political reasons. He was forced out.
That's right.
Now, how do we relate, the United States, that is, compared to Europe? Former Senator Alan Simpson of Wyoming said that we are the healthiest horse in the glue factory when it comes to this.
Only he could say that.
Right, that's the way he puts things. But, I mean, it brings to mind the fact that we're just maybe a stone's throw away from some problems, aren't we?
We are, and I think hopefully we're learning our lesson. We're seeing some discussions going on behind the scenes in D.C., but Europe is pretty much a microcosm for what's gone wrong with all this government spending over the last 50 years. Very tough to put the horse back in the barn, to use your analogy. These are very tough decisions that nobody wants to make, and the situation just keeps getting worse. Europe just happens to be a few years ahead of us. That's really what it comes down to.
Horse back in the barn. Nice touch.
I like that, huh?
You know, World News has been talking a lot for at least the last year about buying American, trying to get people to buy American. And that's something that, if we all did it more, I suppose, it could really help the economy.
Yeah, and I bring this one up because I was doing some holiday shopping over the weekend, and just for fun, I was going into some search engines and looking for things like shirts made in the USA, jeans made in the USA. And believe it or not, the misconception is we don't make any clothing in this country anymore, but we do. I went out to some of these websites, and the challenge for us as Americans, you know, you'd like to support your local industries and buy American. The problem is the price differential is fairly substantial. You know, for jeans or for shirts, you know, you're looking at a 20 to 50% price difference. So when politicians or folks come out and complain about outsourcing of jobs or things like that, maybe we need to put our money where our mouth is and buy to support the local industries. You may have to pay a little bit more, but maybe you're saving a job while you're doing it. I, in fact, did. I made some purchases, and I did pay more, without a doubt. But maybe I felt a little better supporting the local guy working, too.
A lot of people say that works. Okay, we're about 21 days out of the fiscal cliff. If it happens, your take. It seems the politicians are at least talking to each other.
They are, and apparently there were some weekend discussions, and I don't know any more or any less than anybody else, but I think the frameworks of a deal are beginning to come into focus now, and I think the Republicans are going to give on the tax rate issue. Now the question is, what will the Democrats give in on? And the talk is some entitlement reform. We all know that Medicare and Social Security have to be reformed. The question is, again, who's going to make those tough choices? When will they be made? And a lot of the articles I've read is that there's just such a level of distrust that if the Republicans give now, they don't trust the Democrats to give in January. And without that, you don't have a deal.
We only have like 15 seconds left, but do the cuts they're talking about and the increases they're talking about in the taxes, are they going to make that much difference?
I don't think they'll make that much financial difference in the short run, but I think psychologically it'll make a big difference. And I think if Americans see that the Congress was able to come together and make a deal, maybe there's hope that there'll be some long-range solutions as well.
Psychologically, or another P word, politically.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. We'll be back in a few.
The 7-day forecast, sponsored by the all-new Station Casinos Boarding Pass. Get the card that gets you meals, cash back, and free slot play faster. Sign up today.
Nevada Coin and Jewelry, the most advanced jewelry buyer in Las Vegas. I am a graduate gemologist from GIA and will evaluate your 1 carat or larger diamonds loose or set in a ring. Diamond buying is done using a state-of-the-art equipment while you watch on a computer screen. A-plus member of the Better Business Bureau. Get your jewelry tested with the X-ray spectrometer. Jewelry box sorting done right in front of you in our private booths. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't wait. Cash on the spot.
Even a high-efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan high-efficiency water softener can. For this special offer, call and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
If you've been injured, turn to someone you can trust. Enough said. Call Ed.
I'm Ed Bernstein. I've spent 3 decades fighting for you, and I'm just getting started.
Call the experts at Jenny Plumber for fast and friendly service that can save you from some serious repair bills. So save $228-7562 to your phone today in case disaster strikes tomorrow. Jenny Plumber.
I learned that probably there's not a finer health provider in this area, certainly in this state, but maybe in the country.
This organization does it better, I think, than anyone else, because the story is real and legitimate and honest, and people believe that. All they have to do is come here, and they understand it.
Accessible to all who need us, exactly when they need us the most. Nathan Adelson Hospice.
America First Credit Union, where all Clark County residents are eligible for membership.
Tuesday in the Morning Blend, the must-have picks for everyone on your wish list.
Plus, who wouldn't love to have some gold bling? The hottest trends for everyone's price point. That's Tuesday at 9.
In today's health report, new meat safety rules go into effect next year. American meat producers will have to follow the test and hold rule. That's designed to cut down on outbreaks of foodborne illnesses. Ground beef producers and makers of those ready-to-eat products will have to test for disease-causing agents and wait for results before they ship their products out. They're not required to wait before shipping right now.
There's a new and promising procedure that could one day be used to fight Alzheimer's. It's a pacemaker for the brain. Doctors say it simulates brain function. 2 of the first such surgeries in the U.S. were performed at Johns Hopkins by Dr. William Anderson.
We're extremely excited about the surgery. What we hope is that we can improve